What's going on, everyone? I've got a new kind of little spin-off to my Battlefield 4 loadout series for you today. Now, the movie-themed loadouts have been lots of fun so far, and I'm definitely going to continue posting them. But I know lots of you guys wanted to see realistic kind of mil-sim military setups that kind of took inspiration from real-life military forces, much like I did back in Battlefield 3. The trouble is with those setups, it's quite difficult to make a full loadout in Battlefield 4. I end up making some random selections such as the medic pack just for the sake of choosing it to fill out the option in the loadout. So I thought I'd kind of limit it down to just the primary weapon, because after all that's basically what identifies each force. And out of all the loadouts in Battlefield 4, this is where we can make the most accurate choices. So to start off these military weapon setups, we're first going to take a look at a build inspired by the Australian Defence Force. For years now, the ADF has made use of the Steyr AUG, and it's the F88SA2 version in particular that we're going to look at. That's the most modern, kind of latest version from 2009, which has been evolved and upgraded with various mods and accessories. So obviously to represent this weapon in game, we're going to have to choose the AUG A3, and the series of attachments we're going to want to run is first of all the Acog Sight. Thanks to the range of new Picatinny rails on the top of the F88S, the soldiers are no longer limited by the standard Swarovski scope that's fitted to this weapon as standard. Other types of sights used in real life are the 1.5x power sight, which is standard issue, but the Trigicon Acog is also a popular choice, and it's one that we've got available in Battlefield 4 with its in-game 4x magnification, which I'm personally not too fond of. I prefer to use the non-magnifying sights. But as we all know, these loadout and setup series are all about having some fun with some realistic setups. That F88SA2 version of the Steyr now features a side mounting rail which allows the soldiers to mount other accessories, usually a torch or a laser designator, and the IR laser sight is what seems to be most popular in the Australian military photos. So this means in Battlefield 4 for the accessory we'll choose the laser sight. I can foresee the standard barrel being used in a lot of these military weapon setups in the future, unless I cover some special forces which tend to use the suppressor for specific missions, but the standard barrel is the option we're going to want to choose for our Australian Defence Force setup on the AUG. Then to finish off our ADF weapon setup for the Underbarrel, we've got two options. I've gone with the Ergo grip, which is a close replica of those standard 4 grips that comes on the AUG, but another option we could have chosen was the underslung rail in order to equip the grenade launcher as part of the assault kit and have it mounted on the underside of our weapon, much like the real life M203 40mm launchers which are often seen on Australian infantrymen loadouts. So that just about wraps up the Australian Defence Force military weapon setup for Battlefield 4. I'd love to know your thoughts on this slimmed down version of the Battlefield 3 loadout series. I've got a feeling the topic of including the sidearm is going to be mentioned in the comments, but the reason I decided to leave those out is that first of all the P226 is going to be the most widely used option, and beyond that there's not many of the pistols in Battlefield 4 that are used by many real life military forces. Plus the fact that when these pistols are used, we always have to leave the setup as stock since they don't tend to be equipped with various accessories. But hopefully this weapon setup series will allow me to cover some of those military forces that I haven't been able to look at in the past, since now I don't have to try and make strange references to using the various gadgets and pieces of equipment. So if you do like the look of this new series, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up just to help spread the word and give my videos a little bit more widespread exposure. I do like to put a lot of work into the graphics and doing the research behind these videos, so seeing the videos get good ratings always makes it worthwhile. There's all kinds of military forces I can now cover as part of this series, but let me know down in the comments which countries' weapons you'd like to see me feature next. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.